it's Julie and Mark here from RVLove, and we just wanted to say a great big thank you to everybody who responded to our call for help. 2 weeks ago we posted a video asking for your help so we can help better understand you, where you're at in your RVing journey, who you are, what you're looking for, what kind of content you want, how we can best use our time and energy to create stuff that you're going to like and that we find fun.
Yeah. And we were so excited to get the results. It was awesome. Thank you so much. We had hoped that we'd get maybe 1,000, but we actually had 1,500 people submit the answers to the questions. And it was even more amazing to me was that we had over 500 people add written comments to it as well. We thought maybe get a handful of those. So thank you so much. That was really awesome of you.
That is 1,500 awesome people we're looking at right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are just so grateful for that, and we know that many of you are interested in the results, and so we're here to share with you some of the feedback that came out of our little questionnaire.
Yeah, so let's do it. So the first question is, what kind of RVer are you or planning to be?
So we realize that some of you are already on the road and traveling, and others are researching and aspiring to this lifestyle. So there are 41% of you that are either already full-time or aspiring to be full-time RVers. And 26% are either part-time or seasonal or planning to be. So all up, we're looking at 67% of people that follow us in our content are looking at living the RV lifestyle at least on a part-time, if not on a full-time basis. That's a lot of people.
That's a big percentage for sure.
There's plenty of room for you out here.
Yeah.
We want to help you come and join us.
The second question was, how do you currently keep up with our content?
So it's probably no surprise to you that YouTube being so popular and actually being our biggest channel, that is what most of you want. You want more videos, and you told us that in the comments.
But we were also really encouraged to see that a pretty good sized percentage of you are consuming the content on the blog.
Right, so the great thing about the content on the blog and the website is it's a really different style of communicating information. We can go into a lot more detail for people that are in the research and the prep and the planning phase especially. We can share a lot of cool stuff on video, but sometimes it just is really much more effective to be able to do it in the written form. And you know, we're both writers, we both like writing. So yeah, there's obviously a lot of crossover where some of you go to the blog and subscribe to the email newsletter and watch our videos and engage with us on social media. And we love you so much. So there's a real core of you that just follow everything that we do, and as you would have noticed, there are very different kinds of content that get produced on all the different platforms. So next biggest following is on Facebook, followed by Our Village, of course, and if you're an RVer, you should absolutely be on Our Village. All RVers should be on Our Village because it's like Facebook for RVers, so come and join us there. And quite a big number on Instagram too, and I think that makes sense because we share a lot of photos and it's very visual, and we go to some cool fun places and share beautiful photos and photos of our coach in campsites, and so you can get to see what the campgrounds and campsites are like, so if you're interested in that.
So our third question was, which topics interest you the most?
And by far, the top 5 categories were the RV lifestyle and daily life, which are kind of the same thing really, and that's why you like watching our slice of life videos, I guess, because you're getting a taste of the RV lifestyle.
Well, and it gives a taste of what it's like to be out here, because a lot of you are probably doing research and getting ready to take this leap into this other lifestyle.
And one thing I just want to add there too is that in the slice of life videos, that very often we'll share when things go wrong, you know, like when we've had the tire leak or when the GPS took us down a dirt road, and honestly, most of the time things go really smoothly for us.
They do.
They really do, but that would maybe be boring videos and maybe you wouldn't want to watch them so much, because we all know everybody likes a bit of drama, whether you like to admit it or not. We all like a bit of drama and like to see when things go wrong, because that's how we learn, right? And that's kind of entertaining, and we try to make those things a little fun.
A little bit
as
of
well.
troubleshooting and stuff, but I think maybe we can do some more slice of lives that are what our real everyday life is like too, you know, where we just finish up work and we go to the beach, or we go hiking or stuff because it's right on your door.
Yeah, we'll do some more of that. That's the whole point of the questions, right, is to get your answers and what you want more of.
More daily life.
So the next biggest category, surprisingly to me actually, is campgrounds. You all want to know about campgrounds. I guess you want campground reviews, you want us to talk about campgrounds. And that's fine, and we're happy to share campground reviews of places that we stay at. But the thing to remember is there are thousands of campgrounds out there, and we can't possibly try or stay at or review them all. And our opinion of a campground, our experience is going to be completely biased toward our preferences, what's important to us, which could be completely different to the next person. So while we're happy to share that, what we'd really recommend you do is go to a few websites to look at reviews. You may already be aware of RVparkreviews.com. That's what I first started looking for reviews. But a couple of others that I use more often these days, because they tend to have more current reviews and more in-depth information from regular reviewers, are campgroundviews.com. And the great thing about that is they have little video clips, so you can actually see videos of some of the campground as well. So that's a great resource, as is campendium.com. That's another favorite that we really like, because it has a category that specifically calls out what the cell coverage is like in an area, and that's really important to us because we work from the road. So that's great for letting you know what the service is like on Verizon or AT&T, and whether or not, say for example, BLM land is accessible for a coach as opposed to, you know, a four-wheel drive kind of vehicle. So that's also a great resource. We'll put the links for those down below. So other topics you want to see more of are maintenance and repairs, and we've been serving up quite a few of those, and we've got a few more that we've filmed that haven't published yet that are in the works, so definitely more of that coming your way. Research, prep and planning, and we know that's obviously huge for you guys that are thinking about getting on the road, doing your research, crunching the numbers, and we've got lots of resources on the website for that actually. Way more on the blog at RVLove.com than here on YouTube. And the other thing you want to see more of is gear, and the kind of gear that we use, that we have on the road, gear that can make the life easier.
So now that we've been out on the road for a couple of years, we know what things have been working really well for us, and so we have some good advice and good opinions on what things might work well for others.
We've had a gear store on our website for a little while, but we've never really talked about it. So now that we've got a fancy pants new website that we've just launched and we're super excited about, go and check that out. And of course, disclaimer, if you buy anything from the links in our store, we get a small commission from Amazon. I'm talking small, like a few cents.
Yeah, well, it doesn't cost anything else. It doesn't cost anything extra. The money comes from Amazon.
Right, so it doesn't cost you any extra, but it is a way of supporting us and the site so we can keep producing content and delivering it to you.
The fourth question was, how do you prefer to consume content?
And we kind of already covered that in one of the earlier questions, but just to give you the stats, is 84% of you watch videos, 57% like reading articles and visit the blog, and 35% like to consume ours via social media. And you'll notice that doesn't all add up to 100. That's because many of you consume our content on multiple channels.
Yeah, multiple channels. And we were allowing people to pick up to 5, so we could get an idea of what the top 5 places that people consume content. So,
right. So now you know.
Now you know. The next question was, what best describes your needs as an RVer?
Right, so what we learned is that 51% of you are retired. No great surprise, because a lot of RVers wannabe RVers are retired or approaching retirement. So
yeah, we had expected that, but what was really exciting about that was to see what a large percentage of people are actually still working. And whether they're still working now or they're still working on the road might be a secondary question.
So 39% of you are either singles or couples like us looking to hit the road, you know, even before retirement. So we think that's pretty exciting and interesting information, actually. There are more and more people like us. Technology makes it so much easier now for us to do that. And of course, 10% are families with kids. So really awesome to see lots of families out there with kids spending time together and exploring the country up close and personal, and not just through, you know, through books and online. They're doing it for real. It's awesome. It really is. And last but not least,
what age group are the people that are following our website?
88% of you are, in our very fancy age group names, fabulous, sexy, and or ageless. And we'd like to probably suggest that you're all of the above. So 88% of people 45 and over, which puts you in the fabulous, sexy, and ageless categories. So there you have it. That's the results of our little questionnaire, our call for help. So one of the outcomes of the survey is we've made some refinements to our new website. We've had a website now for over 2 years, and it was due for a bit of a refresh, and one of the frustrations I had with it is that it wasn't organized and categorized, and now there's so much content on there and so much more content that we want to produce. We wanted to put it in a container that was organized and made it really easy to find, because we get emails a lot from people asking questions that we know can be easily answered by a lot of the blog posts and articles we already have on there. So we found found ourselves emailing links to the articles, and then we thought, why don't we just make it a lot more easier for people to find it? So when they come to the website, it's really beautifully laid out there. We're really excited about how it looks, how it feels, how organized it is, how easy it is to find information on all the kinds of things that you are looking for. So please come and visit our sexy new website at RVLove.com. We've been working super hard, lots of late nights and hours to get it ready to bring to you, and that's why we've been a little slow with the videos in the last 2 weeks, but we have been busy doing this for you.
That's right.
And stay tuned for more videos soon. Thank you very much for your feedback, everyone. Bye.